This is D-Day from United Network Intelligence, and I'd like you guys to subscribe first of all. And as Thomas Jefferson says, revolution is our divine right. You know, when I think of America, I think of the 1950s when the father had a job, the mother stayed at home and cooked a dinner, and the little kid was riding his bike around the community, and you didn't have to worry. You know what? I'm going to say one thing. If I had a 7 or 8 year old, I would not send them to get a candy bar to the nearest store. Now, in the 1950s, it was no problem to let your kid go and get a candy bar or an ice cream. And they was not scared of that at all. And, you know, nowadays, if you was to let your 7 or 8 year old walk to the nearest store, that would almost be, I don't know about you, but that just sounds very bad to let your kid do that. The state that our country is in is a provoked state, and that is a known thing amongst the elite. Now, they think that they act like we're just going crazy or whatever, and they just put us in jail for these random charges that at the same time the CIA is selling drugs. So, you know, or they have, and that's a known fact. You can look at my watched pages that I have watched, and see some of the resources that I have went into before I decided to repeat it to you guys, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys something that I believe is not real 100% without the resources that have been found. You know, here's what you need to do is realize America has a lot of secrets. Pearl Harbor was a secret. 9/11 was a secret. 9/11 was a big ploy, and it's very detailed and very complex. But at the same time, don't get stuck in that rabbit hole. But if you really want to know what's going on, you gotta find out for yourself. It's really not that hard. It's the acceptance. I know it's hard to accept, but that's really what happened here in America. Okay? That's really what happened. Our country is just a bunch of greedy people. It's ran by a bunch of greedy people, I should say, and it's occupied by a bunch of humble, servant. It's occupied by a bunch of humble people, but it's ran by a bunch of greedy people. And we live amongst, it's called, the name of our country is the United States of America. That means, you know, because there's 50 states, and if it's the United States, then how come we can have state laws but also federal laws trumping? You know, I don't understand. You know, I want your opinion on how medical marijuana in 14 states is legal, but then yet at any time the FBI could come in and take everything they have and throw the people that own it and work there in prison. Why does stuff like this able to go on legally? I do not understand that.